Hey guys, welcome to Raw Review presented by WrestlingRumors.net. I am here with feeling under the weather Sam Daley today at Lady Nexus 13.
Yes.
We're going to make this kind of short and sweet tonight. The first lady of WrestlingRumors.net isn't really feeling that well, so we're going to make this little wrap quick. Plus, you guys have seen enough of us this weekend, so, well, enough of me anyway. You can follow me on Twitter at AdamDaley13. Make sure you're following everything we do at WrestlingRumors.net, on Twitter at WrestleRumors. Subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and download our app. There we go. I think that covers all the bases.
That covers everything.
All right. Excuse me, real quick before we get to anything else, I'm going to give a shout out to Rooney87. He gave you some praise yesterday. He or she gave you some praise for the Arnold Schwarzenegger potential pick for Hell in a Cell. Which, by the way, guys, I did catch myself saying Night of Champions instead of Hell in a Cell a couple times when I rewatched it. So you guys don't have to call me out on that one. It was a long night for us, guys. So you know what? I'm going to say this too. You know, I now on second thought, like thinking about it, yeah, you might be absolutely right. I think Arnold's probably going to be there because...
Well, of course he is. It's going to be in LA.
Well, not only that, but 2K16 comes out on my birthday, the 27th.
Oh, yeah, and you can play as the Terminator,
You can play as the Terminator.
Okay.
It the event's the 25th. So 2 days before, if you really want to hype up the game, bring in Arnold anyway. Everybody loves him. Boom. There you go. So you were on to something. There you go. So I laughed, and now the joke was on me all along. Story of my life. All right, ladies and gents. So getting into tonight, and actually I should say this too. Before we taped last night, we did not know of Sting's injury. So when we were, speaking about what Sting's potential future was, we did not know of the injury, the severity of it. To be honest, still don't know the exact injury. Nothing was said tonight. So take everything we said last night, kind of throw that out the window. But as far as everything that's going on with Sting, hopefully there's a very speedy recovery. Hopefully it isn't anything that is career threatening.
Yes.
That's at his age, and you hate to say that, but at anyone's age, if it is something that's dealing with the spine, you just start to worry. Just as a human being. So hope speedy recovery to Sting. Yeah, and that's the first person I always think of when it comes to that. Even though he's not the first one, but that's
It's the saddest.
Now let's get to Seth Rollins' rough night because his weekend of terrible occurrences continues. Corporate Kane coming out of nowhere.
I was so upset when I saw Corporate Kane.
Corporate Kane coming back, very, very I thought Corporate Kane was great tonight.
No, I mean, it was great. I was upset when I first saw him because I thought, I thought they just got rid of Corporate Kane. But then whenever he just acted like all happy-go-lucky, like, I don't know what you're talking about. What mask? What mask? I don't have a mask. Your mask?
I loved it. I wasn't there. What are you talking about?
Great.
It wasn't me last night. I liked it that he was like, that playing dumb the whole time. I liked it that you could see the mask wasn't in the in the box, in the glass box. I'm glad they referenced that later on. Whenever he was talking to Triple H and Stephanie, he's saying basically you better find it.
Yeah.
Sam, I mean, is he going to still keep doing this double role kind of deal? Do you think?
Yeah. For a while, at least.
I think it's entertaining. I hope it's not a one-night thing, and I know people might not have liked it. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was hysterical, and I don't know. And I think this shows how much charisma Kane has, too.
It does. But Kane's been kind of limited and pigeonholed in his one role in WWE.
Always. But I did like, the end game with this, guys, was Kane made the match for tonight, Seth Rollins versus John Cena, the rematch for the United States Championship. Seth Rollins losing, hits a big-time 5-star frog splash. We call it a 6-star frog splash.
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive, yes. But John Cena rolling out of it into an AA reversal for the finisher and the win.
Of course, because he's John Cena.
And then Kane comes out. Kane cuts a promo on the Titantron, says you never know. It's Corporate Kane saying you never know who your next opponent's going to be. You never know where they might come from. Kane, the Demon Kane, comes from beneath the ring, drags Seth Rollins to his own personal hell, as Michael Cole said. I believe those were his words. And Pyro goes off. Seth Rollins disappears. Sam.
It was awesome. It wasn't what I was expecting. I geeked out. I loved it.
I dug it. I really dug it. Now, what do you think about how the Authority really was upholding everything Kane was doing, and where does this go? What happens now? Because the Authority doesn't seem to want to have any sort of confrontation with Kane whatsoever.
No, not at all. So I think this is just going to help lead to the separation of the Authority and Seth Rollins.
I loved it. The one thing I'll say that I didn't like is how selfish of Kane. I mean, how could Sheamus even attempt to cash in if you drag him underneath the ring to your own personal hell? And with the Demon Kane, who knows what kind of inception that's going to lead you down?
Yeah.
Selfish. Corporate Kane is a very generous man. He was even running concession stand one day. The Demon Kane, he's very selfish.
No.
It's shame. Any Game of Thrones fans out there. Alright, so we advanced the Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus the Wyatt family tonight. No Chris Jericho, absent, so...
That was hugely entertaining. That's what they kicked off the show with, right?
Yes.
It was phenomenal.
It was great. And once again, it's another Bray Wyatt promo. Roman Reigns coming out interfering. Reigns getting the better of Bray Wyatt. Melee ensues. Dean Ambrose comes out, and then the Viper Randy Orton comes out. Mm-hmm. So Jericho's not there, not on the show at all tonight. Rumors of him potentially
working full time till WrestleMania.
Rumble.
Really?
So in and out. So who knows what's going on with Jericho? I like hearing that, especially if he's
that's always
rumored to work against Ambrose as a heel. But we're not worrying about that right now. What is this setting some stuff up for Hell in a Cell?
Probably.
Another 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Call it now, and then I know you're going to change your mind 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. I sound like Jim Room. 8, 9, 10. Sorry. Who do you see right now, then? Do you see the Wyatt family going over again?
No, I see, now that Orton's involved, Orton and Reigns and Ambrose going over. Or Jericho coming out and screwing them over and letting the Lions win.
I feel like now Roman Reigns doesn't go over until he does it by himself. I feel like that's the story that they're telling. I could be wrong, but I feel like until he does it on his own, almost, that's going to be what it takes. Like, almost like, he can't get it done. Maybe it's just him and Ambrose, or maybe it's just him by himself. Because it's more, the real story is Bray and Roman to me than it is anything else right now. Agreed?
Agreed.
Or no?
Yeah.
The NyQuil's kicking in. She don't know what's going on. So, all right, but I did like that. After everybody comes out, we saw Ambrose, Reigns, and Randy Orton standing tall. The Wyatt family did cut a promo backstage later on. Braun Strowman talking about bleeding out snakes.
It's weird.
Hey, I love it.
Got the job done. Though.
I love it. Got the job done. It's just, again, I still see him I still see him as a Rosebud. It's gonna take a little while, guys. It is. It's gonna take a little while.
Give it time.
New Day and Rusev versus the Dudley Boys and Dolph Ziggler. Another classic New Day promo. And guys, listen, we always talk about it. We always kind of quote things. I'm done quoting or talk. Just go watch the New Day. I know a lot of times we'll get messages saying, yes, and we don't watch Raw. Please watch Raw though. We don't watch Raw. We just watch our guys, review show. Please make sure you're watching everything that New Day is doing. Go on YouTube or on the app or whatever you have to do. Make sure you check out what everything New Day is doing, because every promo is gold.
Mm-hmm. I liked this match tonight. It was funny how Xavier Woods was around the ring doing his trumpet, and then Summer Rae was doing it for him, like all sexy, like of course she knows how to do that.
I actually was gonna say you can insert whatever dirty joke you want to here, exactly. Everyone at home that way, or where wherever you happen to be right now. That was, she was playing his trombone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was. Then she caught his trombone later after the match too. She did catch his trombone. I liked when Rusev was screaming, "Lana is mine! Lana is mine! Lana is mine!"
Beating Ziggler up in the ring.
So this whole thing, and Lana sent out kind of like somewhat of a cryptic tweet too. So you getting the feeling that we are going to see some sort of heel face double turn here eventually, where Lana comes back and Rusev and Lana end up being babyface, or is this just what's going on here?
I would love to see Lana back with Rusev, so I'm going to go with that.
We got a lot of time, so patience. This is just early speculation, guys. I know that's where everyone's going to jump all over us, but yeah, I did New Day and Rusev getting the win after Xavier Woods blowing the trombone, eating a super kick, and then from Dolph Ziggler, and Ziggler eating the Sambo kick, not sick. I'm sorry. Been tongue-tied all weekend, guys. Let's see, Diva Revolution time, Sam. Great Ric Flair promo, very heartfelt promo, talking about him and his daughter. I thought it was fantastic. Again, you have to be a dad of a little girl probably to understand that. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was a great Charlotte promo, and then Paige turns heel. All is right in the world, ladies and gentlemen.
She gives her own fucking pipe bomb that blew everything that happened the rest of the night out of the water.
All right, real quick, whose pipe bomb was better, AJ's or Paige's?
That's hard to compare. I'll put
Just
them on
when
the
you
same
think you
level.
have the answers, I change the questions.
I'll tie them.
You'll tie them?
Mm-hmm.
I like this one tonight. I did.
This one was
I liked
good.
This one was very good tonight. And granted, guys, it wasn't like it was a shoot promo. You know, but this was very good.
I like that she's like, and we all know why the Bellas are where they
Of course,
are.
that's
Come
the
on,
one you
we
would pick
all
up.
know. You know.
That's the one. That's the one you would pick up, of course. I liked but finally, you know what? There was somebody that said, "Where's Natty been this whole time?"
Yeah.
You know, and we do see Natalya later on as Natty confronts Paige backstage and says, "Listen, if anybody wants to talk about, you know, feeling left out, it's been me. I've been here for how long? I've always been left out of the picture. You know, what's holding you back, Paige, is yourself." Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I think Paige should super kicked her right there in the face.
Well, Natty has a match with Naomi, and Naomi gets the better of Natty. So maybe we're going to start to see a Natty and Paige little alliance, or do you think that they're just going to go at it?
I don't know. I'd like to see a Natty Paige alliance if Natty was heel.
If Natty was... Well, obviously, yeah. Paige
obviously, she'd have to turn heel.
But again, they're all... There's no faces or heels. They're all catty women. Let me ask this question, though. Now that we have a full-fledged... To me, it feels like a full-fledged revolution. Do you feel like we actually have a full-fledged revolution, or is it at least starting to feel that way for you?
It's at least starting to feel that way.
Okay, yeah, so I shouldn't have driven and said it. It's like, yeah, it started, rah, riot. No, but tonight made it feel like not only did... Obviously, they broke apart PCB. Mm-hmm. They established Paige as a heel. But they're also establishing side storylines and making it its own division. It's not just your one... I felt like there were it was a completely different women's storylines that were going on for the first time in a long time, where they didn't feel forced. They felt important. They felt very... they just felt like they needed to be done to advance storylines. Yeah. Tonight felt like what this whole revolution should have been from the jump.
And I'll even give it to Nikki Bella. She delivered a good promo walking out to the ring before Bree's match. Absolutely.
It's about time. Hell hath frozen over, ladies and gentlemen.
I give her due when it's
Hell
due.
hath frozen over. All right. As far as Kevin Owens and Ryback goes, we had Ryback versus the inspirational Bo Dallas. So it was inspiration versus inspiration. Unfortunately, our inspiration fell to Ryback's inspiration, which I think the book is The Secret shows. It's called The Secret. So shout out Ryback Elite. And if I messed that up, I botched like Butch Carr did later on in the evening. But Ryback getting the win, we knew that. Kevin Owens was on commentary the entire match. Owens attacks afterwards. As soon as Ryback gets the upper hand, Owens cowers away. What do you think about what's going on here?
I love it. I thought it was entertaining. I loved Owens on commentary.
Owens on commentary is great.
I love the way that he interacted with the belt during the match, taunting Ryback. Mm-hmm. It was a good match. I didn't really pay attention to what was going on in the ring, but outside the ring, it was really good. And
doesn't it make it interesting that you're unapologetic about not being a Ryback fan.
Yeah.
But now that he's not the champ, and even though he's still in the title picture, and he's really still doing the same thing, the fact that the babyface is chasing, it makes you at least more interested in Ryback, doesn't it?
No.
Last night you said it did. You're more interested in
No, because I said Ryback was finally going to be in a match that I wanted him to be in, so that's why. He's a little bit more interesting because Kevin Owens was in it.
Oh, man. All right, so Kevin Owens fleeing, as, everybody usually says, walk Owens walk or flee Owens flee. To me, it's fight Owens fight. That's the fan in me. But obviously the cowering heel playing the part very well. And I'm going to see a rematch going from there. So the Lucha Heroes, as they were wanting to be called, versus the Cosmic Wasteland. Heroes? Yeah, I guess that's something.
The Lucha Dragons.
Well, the Lucha Dragons with Neville.
Okay.
So Neville and the Lucha Dragons getting the win tonight. It was a rematch from last night. A return match, as they used to say, from last night. A lot of talk about Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
Lot of talk about Stephen Amell.
Because Stephen Amell's going to be at Hell in the Cell. So, of course they're going to talk a lot
think
about
it's dead set? You think you'd sign off 100% on it?
Oh, yeah.
Sign off.
I'd say it's a dead ringer, yeah.
You'd bet $1 more Canadian dollar on it?
$1 Canadian dollar.
$1 more Canadian dollar?
$1 Canadian dollar.
Have you looked that up yet?
No.
Jesus, you're slacking. I thought at least something. Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Sheamus winning. Really, this was just to cut a promo. I felt like the match was filler.
It was.
Okay. Yeah. This was Sheamus saying basically I can cash in anytime I want, and in my opinion, I am the next champion. It's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. So.
Which basically it is typically for Money in the Bank winners.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
And I do think it's going to be. I do think it's going to be Sheamus to take.
Yeah, I don't think Sheamus is gonna.
Takes off Seth Rollins, I should say.
I don't think Sheamus is gonna lose his cash in.
No. And you know what? We kept saying that what if he doesn't though? What if?
It's not gonna happen.
What if? But
you can say what if all you want. It's not gonna happen.
Well, let's just say fantasy book with me for 1 second. Let's just say that was secretly Triple H's plan B, and then all of a sudden Rollins still keeps getting the upper hand, and that's where eventually Triple H gets pissed.
Possibly.
I mean, I'm just a fan. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying. I think more than likely, obviously, it's not going to be that route, but hey, I always like to do alternative stuff. Why not? Then we saw Big Show versus Cesaro. Big Show winning with the knockout punch. This, to me, again, another filler match to set up the MSG event where Brock Lesnar, whatever we're labeling what is it? Brock's month of hell, or his road of hell, or his path of hell. So Brock's just inflicting hell all month long in October, I guess, ladies and gentlemen. So, but yeah, I think that's what it was setting up. Sam?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I can't really say anything else.
All right. So now, knowing that you are feeling a little bit sickly tonight, so we're going to cut this a little bit shorter. What did you think it was a good show tonight, following up from a pay-per-view?
Kinda.
You're yawning through it.
Kinda. It was okay. It wasn't as good as what I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of filler.
You know what? I don't want to say a lot. I thought there was some. I felt like the dead spots were dead. It was like, come on, guys. Yeah. I thought there was a lot of moments I thought were really fun tonight though too. Paige was awesome. There were some really good moments tonight. Paige was awesome. I think that was needed. It wasn't needed for fans. It was needed. It's not like it was needed, guys. Remember, we're like the Talking Dead kind of show here, guys. We're not trying to be we're not the hard opinion people. So yeah, no, I thought it was needed for us as fans. We needed that. I don't know. I thought I would have liked to have heard a little bit more about Sting though.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like, a lot of people were saying, are they going to ban the buckle bomb now? They're not going to ban the turnbuckle power bomb. And nobody even really knows when the injury happened, at least not that I've read. So I don't know. I guess that's all we're at for there.
Yeah, I guess they're just holding off on talking about Sting until they know for sure what's wrong with him, I would assume.
Agreed. Guys, if there's anything that you wanted us to talk about, because since we made it a little bit, briefer tonight, leave some comments below. You know how the routine works here, guys. Leave the comments. We'll be with you on fan feedback. We tape it on Thursdays. Hopefully have it up Thursday night. If not, it's early Friday morning, depending on where you are at in the world. So for Sam...
Good night, guys.
And myself, everybody else at WrestlingRumors.net, thank you so much. Make sure you check everything out. Subscribe, like, follow, do all that weird stuff. Follow us at LadyNexus13, at Adam Daley 13. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. Peace.